What was it like to have a couple days away and then to get back together and start grinding again?
It's nice. Obviously, good to watch some good football on TV. Not have to worry about playing. Um, Still got after it last week in practice. Felt like we did pretty good. Just that getting your body back a little bit is nice. But it's good to be back out here, man, and playing with the team. You can still see that hunger still there.
Is there a different feel to this game week? The energy in practice undoubtedly felt a little bit, upped a little bit.
Like Coach has been saying, we're not going to ignore the fact that it's game day. Big game, top 10 matchup, all that stuff. To ignore it, that's just being ignorant, right? We got to acknowledge it, but at the same time, it's just another game. We love that it's going to be, we know it's going to be electric here, and that's something that we can kind of count on to our advantage. But as far as preparation goes, it's the same thing. Back to the basics, understanding what we have to work on and what really it's the details. Like today's energy was great, yeah, but there's sometimes we were kind of slipping up in details and stuff, and so that's the stuff that is going to win us the games rather than just the energy. Yeah.
One thing we didn't ask at Arizona was you got to play outside corner for the first time in a hot minute. Not asking whether or not you'll do it again, but just to show that that's a club in your bag still, that you can go outside. What was that experience?
It wasn't necessarily me lining up at corner as much as it was just a matchup, man to man. So I was just out there. It was a little different. Felt kind of weird playing out there. Felt pretty good though. Felt like I could still move a little bit. If I need to go play corner, I'll go play corner. But probably not in the game plan a ton. But whoever I got a matchup on, I will.
Where does DTR just stack up in just the level of quarterback you've played in your career? He's having a really big year so far.
Yeah, he's having a great year. Great quarterback. Can do a lot of things, presents a lot of challenges to us as a defense. But I feel like we've played a lot of pretty good quarterbacks this year, a lot of mobile quarterbacks. So we've been able to prepare. It's not something that we haven't seen, right? Gets the ball out quick and good completion percentage, makes good decisions. So like every week we want to confuse and attack the quarterback. Confuse his looks a little bit and hope for him to hesitate a little bit so we can get home.
To sort of piggyback on that, what is different about him compared to the other mobile quarterbacks that you guys have seen this year?
I wouldn't, without going too far into detail, real athlete, explosive athlete, likes to run, definitely a little chippy type of guy, but we embrace that. Got a great arm. Isn't always looking to home run shot downfield, whether that's him or the offensive scheme. So we're gonna have to do a good job on them underneath throws and tackling. Definitely is a big thing.
Have you had any conversations with Chase Cota about some of UCLA's passing tendencies and some of the things that maybe to look for?
Yeah. I haven't talked to him a ton. That's one of my close friends, but I haven't talked to him a ton about it. Obviously, I think it's gonna be a little different. They're probably gonna give us some different looks, but as far as what he might know as compared to the job our scouting personnel is doing on them and all their game breakdowns and stuff, I think our staff is doing a really good job of breaking that down. But if Chase got any tips, I'm open to hearing that.
What have you seen from UCLA's wide receivers this season, specifically on first down? They complete at a high rate.
They do. They look for holes and soft zones and stuff. Receivers are all pretty good. They got a couple. Obviously, they got Bobo who came in, big, tall, physical guy, good possession receiver. They got Allen, number 19, little speedster. Cam out on the edge. So they got some guys that can. They're smart receivers. They know where to zone up and what to do. So it's the same thing. We got to be physical with them and hit them on those over the middle routes. They're going to complete a couple of them, but we want them to not be able to, want to keep doing that, right, with the way that we're physical.
You got a huge role in the, defending the rushing game this year. What does Zach Charbonnet present to you guys?
Say that again. What does
Zach Charbonnet present to you guys?
Oh yeah. He's a really good running back, big physical guy. That's probably the best running back I would think that we've seen, since this year. And he can do it all. So that's something that it's gonna challenge our tackling. We've done really well stopping the run, in the box so far, but this is a big test. Guys up front, we're gonna have to, tackle and rally to the tackle. There we go. Have guys because it might not be the first guy that gets them down. So we're gonna have to have everybody running all 11 together.
That's high praise to say he's the best running back in the league. What, from just a physical standpoint, leads you to believe that?
I more meant that we've seen so far. I mean, he's one of the best in the league. I would agree with that. just his physicality, the way he runs the ball. He's got great vision, and he doesn't go down easily off the first tackle, right? And that's something that a lot of, I would say running backs, when this guy's hard to tackle, it's not something that you appreciate a ton, but yards after contact is a huge thing, especially if you get a team that's not rallying to the ball. It turns into a lot of extra yards. So that's something that we just have to do to make sure we limit it.
You said you spent Saturday kind of watching football, and you're not always able to do that. Like, what kind of football watcher are you on a Saturday when you have time off? Like, are you very analytical, like a Verone maybe, or do you kind of just sit back and relax?
I tried to enjoy it and just relax and be a fan, but I couldn't help it, And this year, it feels like my, football IQ is heightened a lot. Being with Coach Lanning, Coach Lepoy, and Coach Pallage, and so that from watching it from that point of view, it's fun, right? It's kind of like you get to break it down and see, oh, this motion, okay, I know this play is coming, and now you can predict it. It's like it feels kind of good, but at the same time, you want to just be invested in the game, right, and soak it up like I'm just a dumb fan. The Tennessee-Alabama was great. USC, Utah, we were all huddled around the TV watching. It was a great Saturday for college football for sure.
With the Pac-12 matchup like of that caliber and teams that you're definitely facing Utah, you might see USC. Like, with that game specifically, like, are you looking for anything in particular when you see two teams like that?
Yeah, you notice tendencies, you notice different stuff, and the biggest thing for me is really not as much scheme, but how do these guys play? Are they resilient? Like. Is he an emotional player? Can I do something, extra to get in his head maybe, or whatever it is? Just those little things. That's what I'm looking for really with the TV copy. And then when it comes game time, then I can, study the film and the scheme and stuff. But those are the things I'm looking for.
How did Pallage and Tosh and Lanning elevate your football IQ? Like, what they do?
It's credit to myself for a lot of more work I've been putting in the film room. But just, I think the sheer amount of knowledge that they have kind of imparted on me and the whole team really, but also just how clear it is. I think that's the biggest thing, is making it digestible for our team and for us, and stacking, what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot early, like they gave us a lot of stuff, but then it was like, okay, let's go to basics, and now we can start to build off of it. And it's, really, hiding my IQ a lot.
Is there any specific play in a game or something where you can reference, like, yeah, this is a payoff of that improved IQ?
Obviously that sack I had in the game, that was more of a job, like something that we had practiced all week. But there's a few things as far as perimeter screens and guys coming off the ball, what they're, whether they're blocking or just like little keys and stuff. And then obviously formationally, a ton of stuff, whether they're condensed or widened out or 3x1, all types of stuff. So definitely, helped me, especially going into trying to get to the league next year. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.